Toxic fan bases. Whether or not you've been on the internet for 5 years or just 5 minutes, you've definitely come across a toxic fan base before. And if you're one of those extremely unlucky people, you've even been a part of one. So today we're going to be ranking some of the top toxic fan bases on a tier list. Let's go through the tier. Alright, first up we got the not toxic tier. I'd love to say some of the fan bases on this list will end up on the not toxic tier, but I don't think that's happening. Next we have the kinda toxic tier, which means that the fan base isn't really that toxic, but there's still some toxicity in it. Next we have the 50% toxic tier, which means that the fan base isn't fully toxic, but that 50% of the stuff that I see coming from this fan base are toxic. Next we have the toxic tier, which means that the fan base is just toxic. I'm sorry. And then last but not least, we have the nuclear waste tier. But without any further ado, let's get started. Alright, first up we got the Ishowspeed fanbase. Now, some of you might be wondering, who is Ishowspeed? And if you were wondering that, you are 100% living under a rock. Anyways, Ishowspeed is a 17-year-old YouTube streamer with over 11 million subscribers. He really got his jump start in June of 2021 when he went from 500,000 subscribers to 1 million in like a few days. So you might be wondering what type of content he does. Well, the main content that he provides on his streams is raging. So obviously, when a majority of your content is toxic reactions, you're gonna naturally get a toxic fanbase. The days leading up to Speed hitting 1 million subscribers, going into his chat was literally like going into a war zone.
Rip Speed anti-pensive face. She went out to sad tears of joy, tears of joy, tears of joy.
Why do these niggas think they funny like that?
I feel like Speed's community as a whole has calmed down a lot since he first blew up. So Speed's fan base in 2022, I'm gonna say goes in the 50% toxic tier. Second up, we got Andrew Tate. Now, I'll be honest, bro, if you somehow don't know who Andrew Tate is, you gotta be one of the people that Thanos snapped away. For real though, Andrew Tate was just one of those like hyper masculine men who preached like owning women and stuff before he got banned. Anyways, Andrew Tate's fan base is mostly just a bunch of teenagers, and when you mix that with the fact that he just says a bunch of misogynistic things about women all the time, you get one of the most cringe-worthy fan bases you can think of. So I'm really just gonna put Andrew Tate's fan base in the toxic tier. Next we got the XXX Tentacion fan base and the Juice WRLD fan base. They're pretty similar, so I just put them into one thing, and I'm gonna be honest, they're more just cringe than toxic, but they're still toxic. You literally cannot say anything negative about these two people's music, or their fans will actually be out to get you. And if you see an X fan with this profile picture right here, not gonna lie, just run, bro. I'm gonna put him in the kind of toxic tier. Next we have the NBA YoungBoy fan base. I remember there was a stereotype a few years ago that all YoungBoy fans are ready to just fight someone at any time. That was just full of Twitter trolls who say, why be better in ratio under every single post? Like, you could literally post about how someone you know just died, and somebody with this profile picture will say, YB dies better. Like, really, they're doing all that deriding for a rapper. That's me! The YoungBoy fans have gotta go in the toxic tier. Next we have anime fans. Now, there's two types of anime fans. There's those absolute weirdos that have like body pillows and stuff, and there's the other weirdos that have no regard for human emotion. Like, if you say anything bad about these people's favorite anime, they are ready to make your life miserable. Like, it's literally gotten to the point that the Goku vs Saitama fan animation had to end in a draw to avoid like this war in the comments. And really, that's only one issue out of the whole thing. Toxic tier. Alright, next we have the JGokuu fan base. Alright, next we have the K-pop community. Now, you may be wondering, what is K-pop? Pretty much it's just Korean pop music. And for some reason, most of the toxic fans don't even speak Korean. Like, a majority of them are just white girls with dyed hair for real. Like, if you say one negative thing about a K-pop artist, they will say some of the most vile things you can think of. But yeah, man, just for the fact alone that they'll go after literally anybody, honestly has to get them in nuclear waste. Next, we got the Fortnite community. The Fortnite community isn't as toxic as it used to be. And I think the main reason for this is people who are fans of Fortnite just got bullied so hard. Like, having the words I like Fortnite in your bio is pretty much the equivalent to being handicapped. But yeah, pretty much the Fortnite community got bullied into not being toxic. Not toxic tier. Last but not least, Dream SMP community. Now, I'll be straight up, bro. This community right here is one of the worst things I've ever seen in my entire life. Back in 2020, bro, you literally could not escape this community. Like, they would be trending some stupid thing on Twitter literally every single day. But all the cringe aside, this community is so toxic, it's actually kind of fun. Like, the people that are in this community will go after their favorite YouTubers for literally anything. Like, how can you be a fan of someone and then hate on their every single action? It's like they want these content creators to just like be their pet or something. The people in this community would constantly ship straight people with other straight people, even if it was between a minor and a full adult. Like, honestly, bro, if you were ever a part of this community right here, you actually need a brain scan, bro. Like, there's something wrong with you. I think it's only right to put this community in the nuclear waste tier. Alright, guys, but hopefully you enjoyed the toxic fan base tier list. Make sure to comment down below any other toxic fan bases that I missed, because I feel like this is the type of video that could really get a part 2. But yeah, I don't got much to say. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.